as Zechariah said, they will look on the one whom they pierced.
Yes.
This is the time of contemplation, Lord. This divine majesty. We are looking at one who has been pierced.
Yes. In fact, Zechariah is
Zechariah.
it's a really interesting
Zechariah
prophecy.
is very interesting. The minor prophet, but still.
Here we are. 12:10. Because Zechariah 9:9, chapter 9, verse 9, is where the Messiah comes into Jerusalem on the donkey.
That's what I wanted to mention.
Yeah.
Just
So-
not to interrupt it.
But it's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
From like chapter 9,
Yeah.
we have the beginning of Holy Week.
Right.
And then chapter 12, we have the end of Holy Week.
Yeah.
The crucifixion. Well, not the end of Holy Week, but Friday.
Yeah.
The crucifixion. And they look upon the one they've pierced.
Yes.
Here it is. Now, this translation says, and this is the Revised Standard Version based on the King James Bible. It says, I will pour on the house of David and the inhabitants of Jerusalem a spirit of compassion and supplication, so that when they look on him whom they've pierced, they shall mourn for him as one mourns for an only child, and weep bitterly over him as one weeps over a firstborn. On that day, the mourning in Jerusalem will be as great as the mourning for Hadad Rimmon in the plain of Megiddo. Now actually though, that translation is not the same as in the actual King James Version nor the New American Standard Bible, which are more accurate, more a direct translation. Here's what they say.
The one from King James is more direct.
King James and the New American Standard Bible are more direct, yeah.
More direct.
More literal.
Yeah. More direct.
Here's what would say in that one. It says, and this is God speaking now. I'll just read it again with the with the King James Version or the New American Standard literal way of translating. And I will pour out on the house of David and the inhabitants of Jerusalem a spirit of compassion and supplication, so that when they look on me, whom they have pierced, they shall mourn for him as one mourns for an only child, and weep bitterly over him as one weeps over a firstborn. So, God is saying, they shall mourn for me, whom they've pierced. Now, how do you pierce God? They're going to look on God, whom they've pierced, according to Zechariah. But you can't pierce God, he's pure spirit, unless God incarnates.
Yes.
Then you can pierce God.
Yes.
But if he incarnates, he's still God.
Yeah.
That's how God is pierced. That's how Zechariah 12, verse 10 is fulfilled. So that's the literal meaning of Zechariah, and it's fulfilled in the crucifixion of the God-man Jesus. There's another fulfillment in the future when the Jews will come back to Christ and look upon him whom they now acknowledge they pierced as a people 2,000 years ago. But that's a future fulfillment. And it may be, as it says, there'll be mourning in Jerusalem. There'll be weeping in Jerusalem. Maybe it'll be a time of great disaster for Jerusalem, present day Jerusalem. But there we are.
Yeah, we are living in the prophetic times, actually.
We may well be. We may well be, yes. We are in the sense that 2,000 years ago, one set of Old Testament prophecies were fulfilled. Now we're waiting for the remainder to be fulfilled. And it's hard to imagine that it's going to be too long that we're going to wait. Because everything is building up to worse and worse situation.
Yes. Yes, interesting this interpretation about the Jews, that they will see whom they have pierced. They will see.
Yeah. And in a sense, 2,000 years ago, in a sense, they did see him, because those were crowds there.
Yeah.
But this is like, it's as if, it says, when they look on him whom they've pierced, they shall mourn for him. They didn't mourn for him 2,000 years ago.
No.
That means there's going to be another time when they look upon him, but this time they weep.
Yes.
So the Jews then will come back. There must be some miraculous event that will spark the Jews to convert in large numbers.
Yeah, you know this prophecy of Zechariah through and through, or just bits of it?
Oh, not all of it. There's much more in Zechariah.
Much more.
Yeah.
There is one about the sleeve of a Jew, that someone could
Take the sleeve of a Jew, and he'll take me to Jerusalem, or something like that.
Yeah. And when he was giving that sleeve, I was recalling that prophecy, the man, you know.